Let's begin with white privilege. Critical race theory is all about, well, race, racism, and power. Given these broad and important categories, you must see critical race theory as a junk drawer that has several items thrown in. One of the items is white privilege. Now, before we can understand white privilege, we must understand race. In America, race is a social construct never to be confused with ethnicity. Race is used more times than not in this country, not biologically, but sociologically, to speak of a system where we extend or extract value from a person solely based on the color of their skin. In other words, blackness or whiteness by themselves mean nothing. As one Nigerian writer has quipped, in Africa there are no black people. It is only when I came to America that I realized I was black. Blackness and whiteness only have meaning in relation to the other in this demonic system of race. Think about that for a moment. There was a time in our nation's history where it meant something to be Irish or Italian. But over time, those ethnicities assimilated solely into the category of whiteness. And to be white in America is to be afforded privilege. The system has historically been set up and slanted towards whites. Jefferson Davis once said on the Senate floor to the U.S. Senate, "This government was not founded by Negroes nor for Negroes, but by white men for white men." The inequality of the white and black races was stamped from the beginning. In a recent study, it was revealed that the average white family has a net worth 10 times greater than the average black family. White privilege in America in 2020 means you are less likely to be killed or harassed by police. It means you don't have to deal with the daily toll of race. You can sit and watch television that's biased towards you. You can sit in history classes that emphasize your narrative, and you can be colorblind. White privilege means if your white child goes missing, you can count on an extraordinarily longer period of time allocated by the media to find them than if the child was black. My wife is half Mexican, half Irish. All fine. I remember when we were engaged just some weeks, or rather I should say a few months from marriage, and we were looking for an apartment where we'd move into after we got married. And I remember Pasadena, Michelle, right there on Los Robles Avenue in between California and Del Mar, found a great apartment. And I asked the landlord, an elderly white lady, I said, well, how much? And she looked at me up and down for a few moments, and she said, I'm going to need the first 6 months in advance. This is Pasadena, California. I said, this sounds strange. So I went home, and my wife, who you can't really tell what she is, I sent her to the same lady to inquire of the same thing, same apartment. She looked this same lady at my wife, fiance at the time, and said, just give me first and last months. This is what we are getting at when we talk about white privilege. But how are we to think about this as Christians? Philippians 2, 1 through 11 is so key here. We just read it. You may find it strange that I actually don't like the phrase white privilege because it demonizes privilege for the sake of privilege, and that's wrong. If privilege was sinful, then Jesus was sinful. No one was more privileged than our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, a point Philippians 2 makes. The text says that though Jesus was God, he did not count equality with God a thing to be grasped. Instead, Jesus humbled himself. In other words, in a stunning picture, Paul tells us that Jesus stewarded his divine privilege for our benefit. The Bible would say several things to white people. Don't put your identity in your whiteness. And as recipients of privilege, don't feel bad about your privilege so long as you are stewarding it well. To steward privilege in the way of Jesus is to disadvantage yourself for the advantage of others. Because Jesus used his privilege to suffer and die on a cross so that we spiritually underprivileged might have life everlasting.